In Beaumont, Texas, on October 31st, 1933, a young couple named Jasper Levi and Esther Robert Sturrock gave birth to a baby boy, Jim Sturrock. His grandmother Carolyn raised Jim through his elementary years in Kirbyville and Wilder. Jim's mom graduated from Southwest Texas State, and Jim could now reconnect with her in Beckville, Texas, where she taught home economics. Jim attended junior high and high school in Beckville and graduated in 1950. He played in the band as well as on the football team at the Beckville schools. He even picked up a nickname for scoring a touchdown during a game. They call him Star. After high school, Jim went to North Texas State University before returning closer to home so he could get his associate's degree from Panola College. Then he was off to Waco and Baylor Bears until graduating in 1955. Jim served a brief stint in the U.S. Army in Germany before hiring on with Eastman Kodak, where he worked continuously for 37 years. A year after school, a friend talked Jim into going on a blind date with a cute Methodist girl named Jean Branson. That decision changed his life forever. He and Jean were married a few months later, and Jim Sturrock quickly became a Methodist. Jim and Jean's firstborn, Jeff, arrived in 1957, just in time to move to their new home on Holly Street. 3 years later, in 1960, the Sturrocks were blessed with a second child, Emmeline. During the early married years, he was very active in church as well as the community. A charter member of the Waddell Bible class, he worked as a scoutmaster. That service spawned a career in scouting that lasted 30 years. Eastman Kodak's continuing education program allowed Jim to go to Southern Methodist University, where he earned a master's in business administration. Jim and Jean joined Oakland Heights Baptist Church in 1979, and for the ensuing 40 years, Jim has been a very active member who engaged in continuous service at Oakland Heights Baptist Church. Not only did Jim continue to serve as a scoutmaster, but he was ordained as a deacon, served on the Budget and Finance Committee, Building and Grounds Committee, Nominating Committee, Personnel Committee, Future Long Range Planning Committee, Committee on Committees, and the Wednesday Night Supper Service Committee. One of Jim's most important places of service was teaching the Explorer Sunday School class for 14 years. A large part of Jim's life has been serving others. Following a notable professional career, Jim set his heart on being a great finisher. Some of his greatest years of community service followed his retirement. Jim went back to school at North Texas State University and earned a Ph.D. He was welcomed to the East Texas Baptist University faculty, where he taught a number of management and statistics courses from 1992 to 2000. He returned to teach there in 2011 and 2012. During these twilight years, Dr. Sturrock partnered with our own retired pastor, author, and Bible scholar Jim Dixon to edit a book, The Chronological Commentary on the Bible. Jim was also certified in marriage and family therapy at Texas Women's University. Jim and Jean were avid travelers. They traveled to Israel with Jerry Falwell, visited Switzerland, Ireland, and Scotland to search out ancestral roots, and to New York to discover the Mohawk River. Jim is a master miniature train conductor and an excellent wood carver. He has used both of those hobbies to build relationships and mentor others. On April 4th, 2019, Jim's wife and best friend for 63 years passed from this life. This painful grief has not deterred Jim from serving his church family.
Jim loves people. And I can remember him telling us that you needed to leave whatever preconceived ideas you had about communities or people wherever you were and just come and open up to people and enjoy them and get to know them. And I think that's really a strong and a beautiful leadership point that you realize that you go to people where they are.
I think of all the people that I know, I think Jim Sturrock loves Oakland Heights Baptist Church. He's a real loyal church member, and he's had years of service and commitment, and I just think he's an excellent role model for all of us.
He was working, or when he had an assignment to do, he always did it in a joyful manner. Never saw him fussy or anything like that. He was always laughing and talking, and very open, and just a fun guy. He was always wanting to use the gifts that he had to better situations wherever he was, whether it be at Eastman or at the school or here at the church.
When we think of the legacy of Dr. Jim Sturrock, we see a portrait of a genuine servant, whether it be giving 30 plus years in service to young people in scouting, or investing in many lives teaching God's Word, or empowering college students, or taking time to help someone with a wood carving project, or serving in the Oakland Heights Baptist Church in so many selfless ways. Jim represents the ultimate servant.
It's as important to your own personality to be a servant to other people. And I'm talking about serving as a scout master. You're teaching kids the right things to do. And then serving as a Sunday school teacher, you're teaching people how to read the Bible, how to study the Bible, and all of that. And the 14 years that I did that were very rewarding.
Gandhi said the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service to others. Maybe the greatest accomplishment in the life of Dr. Jim Sturrock is not only that he has been such a faithful servant, but that he lost himself in service to others. Tonight, we are proud to recognize Dr. Jim Sturrock as a 2019 Legacy inductee.